Welcome everybody. This is an interesting project. I'm Bev Jack of the Tutor Support Committee, and we have a project to help recruit new tutors, full-time and substitute tutors. We always need substitute tutors also. And this is for the nonprofit called Clasp, Claremont After School Program. And we service, we work with students K through 6, no, 1 through 6 from our schools, and we have 4 physical locations and 1 online location. So today we are going to be visiting Good Shepherd Church on Town Avenue, and that's for students that are 1st through 3rd grade. I have with me today Harriet Archibald Woodward, who is a tutor there, and Barbara Ann Sandoval, and they're both full-time tutors there. So now we're going to get started. So Harriet, would you like to talk about
sure.
How you got started and when you got started?
Right. I got started, my neighbors told me about getting involved in Claremont After School Program. And Mary and Chris Canapil were tutors, and Antoinette Lewis was on the board. And so I thought, well, they encouraged me to be a tutor, and they suggested I get involved whatever way I could. So a year after I retired from teaching, I got my feet wet as a substitute tutor. And it was great, and it was a great way to get started.
Great. Barbara, how'd you get started?
Hi, I'm Barbara Ann Sandoval, and I heard about Clasp, I think, through maybe an Instagram post. And I want to say this was back in 2017. My history is generally preschool teacher, and as long as we don't go over 3rd grade math, I'm fine. I tutor there twice a week. I like to concentrate in the area of spelling and reading. I like their interest to perk with words, but most importantly, I love to listen to them and hear them talk about how their day was and what happened in school, and let them know that, you know, we care for more than just their schoolwork, their general well-being. I can see them when they're not feeling good, or when they're sad, or when they're tired or hot, and I like that. I just want them to know that for these couple of hours a day, there's somebody there who will listen and cares about them.
So I will introduce, we have Bill Baker next to me here, and in the back seat we have Dean Nishimura, and all 3 of us, like I said, tutor at Wheeler. And the students are all just walk across the park from the school, so there's no busing involved with this particular site, which is nice. And you'll see when we get down there, there's a nice grassy area. Of course, this is 4th through 6th grade, so they're all out there before getting the wiggles out before they go in. And we're talking about basketball and soccer balls and football and all that sort of thing. And then they have a snack, and then they'll be going in for tutoring. So that's the routine down here. And just to let you know, I'll start off. I taught special education at Claremont High School for a number of years. That was my career. And I've been tutoring close to 10 years, maybe. I've been at 2 or 3 sites, so we're now at Wheeler Park.
Hi, I'm Bill Baker, and I've been tutoring for 4 years at Clasp. Actually, I've been at the Wheeler Park, and I became interested in Clasp when speaking to one of the other teachers there, Kay Held, and I had been recently retired as an attorney, so I volunteered, and I've really enjoyed the process, and as well as the people around me, because many times if we have a question, the other tutors are able to help due to their educational and professional background. So it's been a rewarding experience, and I highly recommend it.
Hi, my name is Dean Nishimura, and I've been tutoring with Clasp for 7 years. My background is not in education. It's actually in banking and budgeting. I was introduced to Clasp by Jim Keith, searching for a means to educate high schoolers in rudimentary banking, checking, savings accounts, ATM, debit cards, mortgage loans, things of that nature. And so here I am 7 years later, and I would just like to say that there's nothing more rewarding than tutoring a student and seeing the expression on his face when they understand the concept or their homework or their vocabulary. That to me is the most rewarding part, when you see the expression on their face when they get it. It's like a light switch going on.
Exactly.
So that is the reason why I do tutoring with Clasp.
Yeah. I'm going to let our passengers talk about Clasp and how it is working here at Sumner Danbury. Okay.
So hello, my name is Frank D'Emilio. I'm currently the president of the Clasp board, and I'm here with our special guest, Rakia, who is the principal at Sumner Elementary, one of our Clasp sites. So, as most of you know, I would think, who are watching this, Clasp has been around for quite some time. We have a number of different sites where members of the community and students will work with elementary students to help them with their homework and other skill practice. As a teacher in Claremont Unified, I sent a lot of my students to Clasp, and it was a great opportunity for them to get work done that they may not have had an opportunity to do otherwise. So I would just like to introduce Rakia, who might want to say a few words about how things are going at Sumner.
Absolutely, thank you. I appreciate it. Hi, I'm Rakia Brown, the Sumner Danbury principal, and I was introduced to the Clasp program last school year, and so it was off-site for our students in grades K through 6, and it was so beneficial for our students that when I was given the opportunity to provide students with on-site Clasp tutoring this school year, I jumped at the opportunity. And seeing that the benefit of having it on-site was that the attendance of students receiving the tutoring increased, and with that increase of attendance with our students, it has been a key component to the success that we've seen this school year, with 30% gains in ELA and math. And so we look forward to not only the academic achievement, but also the hands-on enrichment that the Clasp program provides for our students. And a lot of our students that we targeted to attend the Clasp program were our McKinney-Vento students, our EL students, and our students who were in a significant group and population. So seeing those students get that enrichment was not only needed, but beneficial for them. So I'm so grateful to you and your team and everyone involved.
And you want to introduce yourself and just tell a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Kay Held, and I've been doing Clasp for 8 years now, which is kind of amazing to me. But when I retired, I knew about Clasp and I knew I wanted to do this. I was a classroom teacher, and so this has been a lot of fun to stay connected with kids and to see what kids are learning and how I might be able to help them. They probably teach me more than I teach them. But it's been fun to see what they're doing, and it's been fun to have a connection with one student, because I've gotten to know them over a year time. Even if it's just once or twice a week, you get to know them quite well, and so that's been really enjoyable to me. I love being at Claremont Presbyterian Church. Lauren was our director for a while, and now we have Susan Castle, and she's amazing. They both have been wonderful and great support. It's I was trying to think of a fun story about a child, and my memory's not going to do that for me.
That's okay.
So,
that's okay.
Anyway, it certainly was interesting when we did, we kind of punted during COVID, and we suddenly did Zoom teaching online. I learned more about the computer than I thought I'd ever learn, and learned about Zoom. So that was kind of a fun thing in and of itself. Well, I thought it was fun that we learned how to play games online. We did learn a lot.
Yeah.
And the kids, I think, also learned a great deal. They probably picked it up a little faster than we did.
Right.
So,
so today I have Ryan and Judy with me, and while I'm driving, they're just going to tell a little bit about themselves.
I can go first. So
Okay.
I'm Ryan. I'm a senior at Pomona College. I'm a neuroscience major, planning on hopefully going to medical school and becoming a doctor one day. I started at Clasp. I first found out about it through a guidance counselor at school who mentioned that there was a really great after-school program in the Claremont area that served kids in the area who needed extra help after school, and that sounded like something that I was really interested in doing. I'm really interested in working with kids in the future, and so I joined Clasp, and I've loved it ever since.
My name is Judy Pocock, and I first started Clasp in 2008 when I retired from 45 years working as a social worker for LA County. So this opportunity presented itself when I heard a talk about it at the Kiwanis Club, and I thought it would be very interesting to work directly with young children rather than the families that I had always worked with in my occupation. But I have loved it, obviously, since I've been here since 2008, which is now 15 years. And I have to say, it's just a wonderful volunteer opportunity for anybody who enjoys children and helping them learn. And just being a friend to them is one of the most important things that I find.
I think Clasp is such a great opportunity to interact with kids in the community, especially if that's something you're interested in doing. As a college student, I've found that it's been so enriching for me as part of my college experience to give back to the Claremont community and to really interact with kids who hopefully will be in my shoes one day and also be able to give back. So if you're interested in working with kids and giving back to the community, I would highly recommend working with Clasp.